Hello children, welcome to the virtual session again. So, let us start with a new chapter, Acid, Bases and Salts, Part 1. This is your chapter 2. So, let us begin. Before we start with the session, let me explain to you how you are going to maintain your notebook. You are going to take down certain points, certain definitions, chemical reactions in your notebook. Even if you have done notes in your notebook already done, you have to repeat certain definition as a reinforcement. I repeat, you have to write down some definition, chemical equations, certain concepts, important concepts which will be mentioned in the video session. So you have to write again, so it will be a reinforcement for you. Okay, and I think I am clear with the instruction, children. So let us begin. Acid, bases and salts. Acid, bases and salts are three main categories of chemical compounds. So they are the main categories of the chemical compound. Substances can be acidic, basic, or it can be a salt. Acidic and basic behavior can be shown by salt as well. So acid bases, they are the compounds. They have their own individual existence. Salt can be neutral, acidic or basic. So three major categories we have divided to learn chemicals, because we have huge number of chemical compounds. So we need to study them systematically. So we have divided them into acid, bases and salts, and they have certain definite properties which distinguish one class from the other. So over here you can see acid, the diagram, acid in a beaker, base in a beaker, acid HCl, NOH and NaCl. So they in water they dissociate into the ions. It is shown. NaCl is an ionic compound, so it will again dissociate into Na and Cl. HCl, here acid, will dissociate into H plus and Cl minus ions. Sodium hydroxide will dissociate into Na plus OH minus ions. So just for you to understand these concepts, we need to see these diagrams. So now, what are acids? Actually, how you define acids? So you have to take down in your notebook, contain hydrogen ions. So any substances in water giving H plus ions will be called as acids. So acid contain hydrogen ions. The word acid is derived from a Latin word which means sour. So it is sour in taste but not suggested to taste any chemicals. So acid sour in taste and is derived from the Latin word sour, and it will furnish H plus ions in when you dissolve in water. So here you can see some of the substances which contain acids. So source over here, you see vinegar will have ethanoic acid. Then fizzy drinks will have carbonic acid, that is H2CO3. Ethanoic acid formula CH3COOH. Tea, tannic acid. Natural, okay, organic acid. Then here again you will see vitamin C, natural organic acid as ascorbic acid. Then lemons, citric acid. So here you need to know two formulae here: vinegar, ethanoic acid, CH3COH, and fizzy drink will have carbonic acid, that is H2CO3. Actually, fizzy drinks is carbonated water. What we do, with compression, with a pressure, you dissolve carbon dioxide in water and add some flavor, that gives you a fizzy drink. So it's a combination of water and carbon dioxide gives you H2CO3. Now properties of acid. Acid is a compound which yields hydrogen ion when dissolved in water. So you can make some important points, some pointers in your notebook for you to recollect concepts. If you have written proper notes in your notebook, just take down, pick up some pointers, and you have to write in your notebook. Acid is sour to taste and corrosive in nature. Corrosive means it will react with the other substances. The pH value for acid is less than 7. So hydrogen potence, the value of hydrogen potence, that is pH, will be, the power of hydrogen will be less than 7. Generally, all acids readily react with metal to release hydrogen gas. For example, when we react zinc metal with hydrochloric acid, it will form zinc chloride and hydrogen gas will be liberated. That we will see in the lab, and that gas which will check, we will bring near the fire, near the flame, we will get a pop sound. So that will indicate the presence of hydrogen gas. So any acid reacting with metals will always give hydrogen gas. So over here, acid react with limestone to produce carbon dioxide. Now for example, hydrochloric acid react with limestone to produce carbonic acid and calcium carbonate. So I would suggest you to take down this and you have to make equation and balance it. So limestone is calcium carbonate. Please take down limestone as calcium carbonate, eggshell calcium carbonate, then your chalk piece calcium carbonate. So marble tile also calcium carbonate. So please take it down. Hydrochloric acid react with limestone to always give carbonic acid and calcium chloride. Now carbonic acid means it will give H2O plus carbon dioxide. So if you write as a product, if you can also write carbon dioxide plus water plus calcium chloride. You please write equation and balance it. Acid can be classified into organic and inorganic. So organic acid obtained from plants and animals called as from living organism is called an organic acid, and acids which we obtain from minerals or from rocks as well, they are called as inorganic acid. So example of organic acid, acetic acid, that is CH3COH, best example of organic acid. One more example which we obtain from animal, that is ant, that is formic acid, that is HCOH. And mineral acid, inorganic acids like sulfuric acid H2SO4, hydrochloric acid HCl. Acid turns blue litmus paper to red in color, which we will see in the lab. So acid will always turn blue litmus paper to red in color. Now acid have tendency to corrode metal surface quickly. So acid will have a tendency to corrode metal surface. Therefore, it is corrosive in nature. Strong acid are highly corrosive. When it comes in contact with our skin, it will burn severely, especially those concentrated strong acids. Phenolphthalein solution is colorless. Phenolphthalein is a synthetic or the man-made uh, prepared in the lab, is an indicator. It's colorless in acidic solution because it will not give any color. It will remain colorless and turns methyl orange solution to red. So presence of acid is indicated by adding some indicators like phenolphthalein, it will remain colorless. So it is a acid, and in methyl orange acid will turn red. So that also indicate the substance is acidic or acid. Red cabbage juice, which is purple in color, changes to red in acidic medium. So these are the color changes we see when you add all these indicator in acids. So these are the physical properties which we have discussed of the acids. So that physical properties you can take down pointers. Here now on the basis of strength or capacity to donate hydrogen ions, acids can be described as, now the capacity, how much H plus ions it can give. Acid can be described, classified as strong acid and weak acid. So this criteria is to how much H plus ions furnish when it dissolve in water. So if it is completely dissociating, then it becomes a strong acid. It is partially dissociating and giving only few H plus ion, that becomes a weak acid. So let us see which completely 100% ionize in aqueous solutions, that means dissociation. Like for example, HCl will dissociate to give you H plus and Cl minus ion. And HNO3 will give you H plus and NO3 minus ions. Like that, this acid will completely dissociate, and the equilibrium, the concentration of acid molecule is very less and the concentration of hydrogen ions reaches to maximum. So this is a strong acid. So even if you dilute it, uh, even if you dilute it how much you want, then also strong acid will remain strong. It is not like on dilution the strength will get affected. So please try and understand this concept, children. Strong acid, how much ever you try to dilute, you dilute 10 times, then also it will remain strong. Weak acids are they partially ionized, that means dissociate, and they gives H plus ions in a very few amount, that means a very less amount of H plus ions. Example, acetic acid, HF, hydrogen fluoride. So here the dissociation will be very less and very few amount of H plus ions will be given out. So weak acid, how much concentrated acid you take, it will remain weak. Even if it is highly concentrated acid, acetic acid highly concentrated, you take 100% glacial acetic acid, then too it will remain a weak acid. So try to relate the concept. Strength of the acid has nothing to do with the concentration. Please try and understand. Dilution will not make strong acid weak, or concentration of weak acid will not make weak acid strong. Please try and understand this concept very well. Strong acid, some list given over here, you can take it down. Hydrochloric acid, nitric acid, sulfuric acid, hydrobromic acid. You have hydroiodic acid, then perchloric acid and chloric acid. So these are some very strong acids. Then you have bases we are going to do now. Let us see the physical properties and all that we will discuss about bases as well. A substance which on dissolving in water yields hydroxyl ions, OH minus, as the only negative ions. A base may be an oxide or a hydroxide of a metal. Like calcium oxide is a basic substance. Like you have sodium oxide. So all metallic oxide, please mark it in your notes or write it somewhere. All metallic oxides are basic oxides. So because when you add water to it, it will give a base and it will hold a property of a base. When you try all the physical tests, it will behave like a base. So calcium oxide, sodium oxide, they all behave like a base. So all a base may be an oxide or a hydroxide, like calcium hydroxide, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide. So these are all base, they will produce OH minus ions. Also oxides are also, metallic oxides are also basic in nature. If a base is soluble in water, it dissociates to form metal ion and it is the only negative hydroxyl ion. So when it dissolves in water, like for example sodium hydroxide, you take some solid sodium hydroxide and you dissolve in water, it will give out OH minus ions. So that's why sodium hydroxide is a base. Similarly, potassium hydroxide will give potassium plus OH minus ions. So it will be a base. Properties, these are physical properties of the bases we are learning now. Chemical properties of acids and bases we will see later. So this we are all discussing physical properties. Bases are compounds which yield hydroxide ion when dissolved in water. Bases are bitter to taste, but kindly refrain from doing so. We should never taste chemicals. And it is corrosive in nature. Again, it will react. It will attack on the metal and the other surfaces. That's why it is corrosive. They feel slippery and soapy. So the soap contains some amount of base. That's why you feel slippery. Bases are good conductor of electricity because of the OH minus ions and show a pH value of more than 7. We will discuss pH after this. Bases react with oils and grease to form soap molecules. Bases convert red litmus paper to blue in color. So this indicates the presence of base or basic substances. Bases also have the tendency to corrode metal surfaces because it is going to react with metals. Then a reaction between a base and a metal is similar as for acid to form salt and release hydrogen gas. But this reaction can only occur when a metal is strong enough to displace another metal from its parent constituents. So the reaction more or less same when you a reaction between a base and a metal is same as acid to form salt and release hydrogen gas. So like acid reacting with a metal gives you salt and hydrogen gas. Similarly, base will react over here to give you salt and hydrogen gas. Over here, very good example. This reaction is extremely important. You have to take it down in your notebook. Sodium hydroxide plus zinc give you sodium zincate Na2ZnO2. Very important compound you are going to learn in your practical, in your experiment on properties of bases. Plus hydrogen gas will be released. Please take down this reaction, children. Then what happens when you add phenolphthalein indicator to this? It will turn pink. This is a very prominent test to test the check the presence of bases, because in no time it will give pink color. Bases turn methyl orange to yellow. Red cabbage juice, that is again an indicator, which is purple color, changes to yellow in basic medium. So these all indicators will indicate the presence of a base or basic substances. Strength of a base, as we discussed strength of the acid, we will discuss strength of the base. Strong bases. What are strong bases? Again, on a similar line as we have defined strong acids, we will define strong base, and as weak acid, similarly weak base. So here they are furnishing in water, they will dissociate to give you OH minus ions. So strong bases, they are completely ionized to produce hydroxide ions. Example, sodium hydroxide is a strong base because you can see this equation, it is reversible. Double-sided arrow shown, sodium hydroxide gives Na plus OH, but more of on the product side. This reaction will go more on the product side because it is dissociating completely to give Na plus and OH minus. Weak bases, they will partially dissociate and it will give very few or lesser amount of OH minus ions, like sodium hydroxide, ammonium hydroxide. NH4OH is a weak base. So ammonium hydroxide will dissociate and will give, they feebly dissociate. Feebly means very less amount of OH minus ions. So here ammonium hydroxide NH4 plus OH minus ions will be formed. Similarly, you will have aluminium hydroxide. It's a weak base. So potassium hydroxide is a strong base. So those will give you more maximum number of OH minus ions, where weak bases will give you very few amount of OH minus ions. One of the good example discussed over here, ammonium hydroxide. Thank you, children. Here we end with the session. We will continue with the same. Have a great day.